In this video, we will see how to perform a single population mean hypothesis test with population standard deviation unknown, so using t distribution. So for that, you would need to access the test, the t-test. So you would go to stat, and first, if the data is given for your problem, you would hit enter on number 1, edit, and type in your data here in one of the lists. Okay, and then you would go back to stat to access the test. So scroll right to tests, and it's option number 2, t-test. Hit enter, and if you enter the data, you would highlight the data, hit enter, and enter the parameters here. You would enter the population mean, the list name where you typed in your data, frequency at 1 if it's singly listed data, or if you had frequency also, you would type in the name of the list where you enter the frequency, and then the direction of the test, and then hit calculate. And you're able to draw the graph as well if you highlight draw and hit enter. Secondly, if data is not given, stats are given, scroll right to stats, hit enter, and you would need to type in the parameters manually. So you would enter the population mean, sample standard deviation, sample size, and the direction, and then calculate. So what we'll do is, let's take a look at an example to follow through. So we are focusing on problem number 2, which states that statistics students believe that the mean score on the first statistics test is 65. So that's the belief, that's your population mean. A statistics instructor thinks that the mean score is higher than 65. He samples 10 students and obtains the scores which are given here. So he performs a hypothesis test at 5% level, significance level, and all the assumptions are met. So how do we test that claim that it's greater than 65, the instructor's claim? So first, let's summarize the given information here on whiteboard. So we are given the population mean 65, we are given scores of the 10 statistics students, and we are given significance level alpha at 5%. So our hypotheses we set up, our null states that it is equal to 65, it is equal to the null, and alternate hypotheses, alternative state that it's greater than 65. So to test, we need the p-value. For that, we go to our calculator, and since data was given, first we go to stat and enter on edit. So we need to type in the data. So find a free list and start typing in your data. Enter the value, hit enter each time. I do have 10 scores listed under L2. So that's the list we'll be using. So let's go back to stat, test, come down to option 2, t-test. So t-test because the population standard deviation is unknown. So we cannot use z-test and the sample size is small. Okay, so t-test and data is given. So let's highlight data, hit enter. Come down to mu naught, population mean is 65. If it wasn't already there, you would type in 65 and hit enter. Okay, come down to the list. So type in the name of the list where your data is. Where did you enter your data? So the list names are right above the numbers here. So we need L2, second 2 will bring up the L2 that we need. Frequency is 1, there was no frequency list given. Come down to the direction. So the direction of the test is determined by the alternative hypotheses, which stated that it's greater than 65. So you select the greater than symbol, hit enter, come down to calculate, enter, and there are your results. So it gives you the t-score, and here is the probability, the p-value, 0.0396. And based on this, you will make your decision and write up a conclusion. So that's how you perform a one sample mean t-test with population standard deviation unknown on TI84.